Hey there everyone, Melissa Jakes with John L. Scott Real Estate, and on This Week in Cruising Columbia County, I'm here with Matt McHugh, who
Hello.
is partner of the lodges, food carts, and then also a mortgage loan officer at Cascadia. We're going to start this episode at the lodge. So, you opened this bad boy up when?
Well, it started off about middle of May is when we opened our doors. There's three of us that kind of put it together. Me, Jeff Schultz, and Nick Herleman. And we've been working on it for a long time. And, it's been kind of a long time coming. So we really had strived to come up with a place where people could come and bring their kids. We didn't want to have video poker. We wanted to be a family place and also someplace we could come and get a beer.
Absolutely. Well, talking about beer, how many beers do you have on tap? 23
taps right now. Yeah.
What's your favorite varieties?
I do love IPAs, but I love Pilsners. It's hard to say, but kind of depending on the mood and the season. But I go from Pilsner to Guinness.
You got to taste them all, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, and what kind of activities do you have going on?
Well, actually, funny you should ask. Tonight is the open mic. We also have, I think, a pirate festival going on a little bit later tonight. So we'll see how that goes. We have trivia. We have karaoke.
Okay.
It's kind of depending on the season. We've got lots of different stuff going on. But anyway, I'm excited to show you guys the cart. You want to take a look?
Yeah, let's take a speed tour. Lead the way.
Speed tour. So check this out. This was our first logo.
Ooh.
We need some help naming this guy, but
that's
there
epic.
are stylized dudes there.
That's amazing. That's pretty rad.
Okay, let's head over here to Boba, which is kind of the corner shop.
All right. Now, be honest. Do you have any favorites, or does it kind of rotate?
I do. I love them all like my children. They're all awesome. They're all good. Depending on what time of day and what season. Once again, I'm a seasonal eater and drinker. What can I say?
Yeah. Depends on your mood, right? Cravings.
Yeah, it looks like the open mic is getting set up here.
And by open mic, is it like karaoke, coming in and singing or doing whatever you want?
This is more kind of singer-songwriter style.
Talented folks, not myself. Okay.
Oh yeah, well, I don't know about that. So this is the Boba Tea place.
Okay.
They've got, the high schoolers love this place.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So there's Filipino food too.
I love,
these lumpiang, how do you say it? Lumpiang?
Lumpiang Shanghai.
Lumpiang Shanghai, one of my favorites, so good. Hello.
Hello.
These guys are one of my favorites too. Just earlier today, I had is it lamb arabi? Is that right?
Yep. Indian food is very
Indian food.
yummy.
What's up, Joe? How are you?
Good.
Good, man. What do you think? What's one of the best stuff you guys have? What do you like?
Oh,
Chicken
that's my
tikka
favorite.
masala.
Yeah.
All right, I love it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right,
Awesome.
good to see you.
Lucky teriyaki sushi and ramen.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hello.
Good. We're doing a kind of an eye on Columbia County sort of a deal here
Absolutely.
with the fabulous Melissa.
Hello.
So these guys have got sushi and some of the best noodle bowls I've had, along with salmon poke and some almost Hawaiian ahi tuna pokes too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so good, you guys. Thank you.
That's my parents' favorite. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, on to the next. So it wraps around the building.
It does,
goes
yeah.
Kind of on all sides, it sounds like.
It does, yeah. We kind of just keep on going.
Well, and how many trucks again do you have here?
There's 11 altogether.
11. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you choose the variety?
So this is the Philly cheesesteak. We actually auditioned and we tasted all the food ahead of time.
Did you really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
I love these guys. Have got fantastic Philly cheesesteaks, but not just that either. They also have got the jalapeno poppers and just a fantastic variety.
Yeah, that's cool that you get to test the food.
Corn dogs too. It's my son's favorite. It comes for corn dogs every time.
So was that part of the deciding on how to open this is we got to know the food and taste the quality before we let them open?
100%. Yeah, we actually tasted every single one ourselves, and
Okay.
a lot of them we had lots of different people within the same food ethnicity that wanted to come and be in the pod. And so we did like kind of a taste off and picked only the best.
The best. That
Yeah.
Gotta
so
love
the
it.
donuts are, you can see their hours are such that they're not open right now, but if you want to come and get a donut in the morning, they're fantastic.
perfect. I've had these guys before too.
Yes. Pig cow spud. Sorry. Corey, tell us about your farm real quick. So it's
It makes cows and kills them.
And then you cook them up.
We cook them up.
yeah, it doesn't. It's never frozen though. Am I
Never
wrong?
frozen. So
Yeah.
we have a handful of cattle here in the area.
Okay.
And another about 267 head in Newman Lake, Washington, that's ran by my dad.
Okay.
And we produce all of our own meat. We ran out in early July.
Okay.
My dad went out and just bought 250 head.
Holy smokes.
So
Okay.
that's how much we're doing.
High production.
Right now they're back there. She's hand making the burgers right now. We do about 4.1 ounces on the patty.
Okay.
So most places do 3.7. So Smash Burger does 3.5. So we're actually putting an extra 0.6
Dude.
ounces into the burger.
You're the
Make it that
man.
much more delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we do that, and then our brisket stuff comes from the same place. So
That's great.
I love it. Never had a bad burger from you guys.
appreciate it.
Or anything.
688 burgers yesterday we sold.
Holy
incredible.
guacamole.
688, just
Yeah,
to
we were
emphasize.
freaking out last night.
That's a lot. You guys were busy making those patties.
Poor bun people.
Yeah. Thank you.
Indeed.
All right.
Hey, how are you today?
Okay.
Good.
So we've got
Isan.
Isan.
These guys have got lots
Hi.
of locations, and all of them are very, very good.
Yeah, thank
Yes, I love the pineapple fried rice. Is one of my very favorites.
Yeah, you all they come here.
Well, thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
Good to see you.
You too.
All right, 2 more here.
Yes, 2 more to go, guys. Hello. Hey, we've got the El Salvadorian place here. It's so good. Thank you, my friend.
I just had some chicken tacos from here. They were
And-
delicious. Handmade tortillas, I think, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, and the tamales in particular too.
Yeah.
They're made every night, and $3 a pop is pretty tough to beat.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
And the pupusas are to die for. Also, they're so good.
Yum.
Just love it. So these guys have got the same owner between the two.
Okay, and they just have these
Yeah.
2. And
Yep.
then they have a huge
And so
menu then.
I think one of my favorites. How's it going, you guys?
Hi.
Good. What do you think? What are some of your favorites for food?
Tacos.
The street tacos are
Tacos.
fantastic. I love it. Hard to go wrong. We have this pizza birra too. This thing is huge.
That thing's cool.
It feeds like 6 people. It's incredible.
Wow. That thing, and does it come in the box?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. That might have to be a Friday night movie night
Oh,
thing to
100%,
grab,
right?
Awesome.
Well, thank you guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
talk to you soon. Okay, you ready for the secret passageway over to the mortgage world?
Now that we've talked about food, let's talk about loans.
Just a
Heck
hop,
yeah.
skip, and a jump. Yes.
You really have a long ways to walk between
I know
the two.
it's terrible. Yeah, please don't trip. Don't trip.
So if you want to come in and talk shop for loans, we can grab some food on the way and come over and sit here comfortably for a while and pick your brain.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So how long have you been here for Cascadia at this location? A long time.
I think about 15 years, and maybe not quite that much, but
Yeah.
somewhere in there. I've been doing it for another 7, 8 years before that.
Okay.
And this is the fabulous Logan,
Hi, Logan.
and this is where all the mortgage talk happens mostly.
Perfect. Well, so speaking of loans, how long have you been in the business on this side of things?
Gosh, just a hair under 25 years.
Well, I know we've done a couple of recent transactions
Yeah.
and your rates have been on point. So I'm sure you've seen several markets. How do you feel like right now with interest rates coming down? Like the Fed has promised, you said a little bit, but not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like right now, with rates kind of on the way down, and we're seeing prices level off, and maybe even slightly getting into winter mode, I feel like maybe it's now's the time to jump in, because we don't want to have a bidding battle. And if we see things truly take a big jump, then you might be competing against 15, 20 people for the same house like we were a couple of years ago.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's tough to tell, and I think anyone that says they know for sure is probably full of it, but I think it's a good time, good as any.
Well, and I know we've talked about refinances too. So how do you gauge that? Because it's very different. Rates are very, very different from the purchases to the refis. How do you, best advice, gauge somebody to say, hey, this is the time for you, maybe get an application in so we can sit here and wait for a rate drop? What's your best
Sure.
advice?
Well, I think when it comes to refinances, I usually start with, why would you not want to refinance? And if we can check all those boxes, then maybe we can move on. But for the most part, it's not the greatest time for most people, because if your interest rate is already on the lower end, which a lot of people are, and you refinance, usually the goal is to get a better interest rate than what you already have. And usually it's significantly better. I'd say, depending on your loan amount, somewhere in the 0.5% threshold minimum. But in addition to that, there's other reasons to refinance. Death and divorce are 2 big ones.
Yes.
And also, if you get behind on some high interest debt too, and even if you have a $100,000 mortgage that's maybe in the 3% range, but if you have accrued another $100,000 worth of high interest debt, you can load it all into your house and make it all tax deductible. So there are some reasons to refinance, but usually you don't want to go to a higher rate than what you have.
No, don't refinance up, refinance down.
100%.
Something we also got to experience and talk about a little bit was cash. I know sometimes we have interesting conversations. This is a fun tidbit about loans. What happens when people come in and say, I've got a lot of cash to put down? What is your first advice for them on that?
What do you think, Logan, about cash? Thumbs up or thumbs down? She says no.
Yeah, thumbs down.
Yeah, so basically Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, that are both kind of government, pseudo-government run organizations, need to know where your money's coming from. And if it's cash, then they don't know. And it's easily confused with drug money laundering and other sort of negative stuff.
All the bad things.
It's true. And so there are a couple of ways to make sure that you can use your cash, though. And first and foremost, you deposit it in your bank account. Once it's been in there for 2 months, it is seasoned, as they say. And the other way is it can be sourced. So if you can show where the cash came from, very easily and very trackably, and usually within a day, that's okay. But for the most part, when it's cash, they want to see that it's been seasoned. And
what is one more advice for first-time home buyers? Now that I'm picking your brain and all your
Get pre-approved,
right?
Because it's free, and why not? You can kind of try on payments, try on houses. What would my payment look like if I bought something for $300? What would it look like if I bought something for $400?
Right.
What's my maximum? Could I buy a duplex? All of these things are kind of questions that we can get answered for people up front and for free.
Well, and pre-approvals, unlike what people think that they happen instantly, how long does it really take to get fully underwritten and actually pre-approved? And what does that mean?
Yeah. Well, so when it comes to pre-approval, it doesn't need to be fully underwritten. I can do that. So really it depends on the person. If they have their W-2s, their pay stubs, their down payment, money all sourced and seasoned, bank statements, driver's license, if they can bring that all to me at one time, we can get somebody pre-approved within an hour or two.
Okay.
But now the amount of people that we have that have that all ready to go immediately are very few and far between.
Right.
So I would say on average, if somebody is efforting it, a day.
Okay.
And if they're not in a big hurry, it can take up to a week. And I have people that kind of like get sidetracked and call me back in a month. So, it's the time frame is really up to the borrower. And if they're in a big hurry, then I'm in a big hurry.
Well, and something too that's so important is buying and selling, or just buying, is super stressful, as we know. And so being able to have that set up and not have to rush all the time makes it so much more of an enjoyable experience when it comes to house hunting, at least from our experience, right?
I agree. So, enjoyable is good.
Yes. Well, that wraps up this episode of Cruising Columbia County with Melissa Jenks. Thank you, Matt and McHugh, with this, and welcome, or thank you for touring the lodge and Cascadia Home Loans with us. Thanks.
Thanks.